we've had to go half an hour before with 5 people. So I'm happy we got through 5, 6, 7. We got through about 22 of these in about 15 minutes. So I'm very happy because we started late. All right. Moving on to today's agenda. What we're going to do is I'm going to quickly just go through, show you guys the group that are new and how to access the free bots. And then what the pages look like when you get into the free and to the premium bots. You can kind of navigate around, and then make you guys an offer to join the beta today at the end of this meeting. So if you're here, stick around. And then what we'll do, it's going to be one of those things where have your credit card available, like have your stuff available, because I'm going to do a thing where if you sign up for it before the call ends, like right when we bring it up, you're going to get something extra special, just to keep it flowing, keep it moving. So I'm going to share a screen, and the first thing you're going to see is all of your wonderful faces. So bear with me as the cameras start to click off. All right, so this is where you're at, and I'm just going to assume that you guys can all see, because I can't see you guys anymore. So one person can just go, yeah, I see your screen.
Yeah, I see your screen.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right.
That was
All
cool.
You want to do that again? Woo! All right.
Very nice.
So this is where you're at for you guys that are new. I get texts from you guys every day. Who is this? And how do you get my information? I'm like, you joined the group. I send them the screenshot. They go, oh yeah, all right, sorry. I know you guys sign up for stuff and don't really know what it is. Luckily, you found us. There's a lot of fly-by-night stuff out there. There's a lot of school groups that are just, there's nothing there. It's a couple of 20-year-old kids, whatever. As I mentioned in the beginning, this is not my first rodeo. This is a passion project for me. I run and exited large companies. I'm committed to this. You guys represent my commitment to this, because as long as you guys are here and joining, I am handcuffed to this. So we're paying developers big money to develop this stuff for you guys, for you to use virtually, unlimited. And the core value of this is these are foolproof bots. We've done so much coding and prompting on the back end of these through the API at all the platforms that you know to make sure that they work. They give you a very standardized output, and you give it a very standardized input, and you're going to get your result every time. The list of bots we're producing is, like I said, I have a spreadsheet of around 1,000. I think we'll probably produce 150 of them that are going to be really useful. And then what's happening is even some of the bots we produced a month ago are now performing even better than a month ago with no additional coding, just because the models are getting better. So getting in now means like you can only benefit, like the stock only goes up, but you're, it's like owning NVIDIA at $8, but now it's at 140 as of today. To get access to the bots, it's really simple. It's not, not everyone does it, and that's how we know who's not serious, but essentially doing these introductions. If you haven't done one, please do one today. You don't need to do it right now while we're in the meeting, but do it after you sign up, after whatever. Do it today. We are going to start removing people that don't do them. I'm trying to find ways to crack down without making, being a bad guy. But all we're looking for is, kind of like what you did today, just a couple of sentences about yourself and post a picture of your workspace. That's it. We're not trying to be nosy. It's an interesting conversation piece. It helps people kind of understand you and communicate with you and have more to say than just welcome. And then comment on 3 other people's introductions to kind of keep this, to kind of keep the group alive. And then once you do that, you'll have access to the free bots. To get access to the free bots, you basically just go up to Classroom, and this big pink mandatory work bots and flows, the link will live in here. And then it just takes you to a different site where you just registered, which takes 10 seconds. You click on instant access. It takes you to sign in with Google, sign in with Facebook, whatever, and then you're in. And then it takes you to these 7 free bots, which I'm going to show you guys right now. I'm going to make my screen a little bit bigger because I'm on a bigger screen. So these are the 7 essential workflows or bots. We're using that term interchangeably. And these are the ones that everyone needs to use, period. If you sign up for this group and you go through the process of getting access and you don't use these, I can't help. Every single business, even if you're an established business launching a new product, or if you're an established business and you haven't thought about this stuff in a while, it's time to refresh and to get this foundation set. And the most important thing about getting this foundation set is the 7th bot right here called Brand Framework Doc, BFD, you know what that stands for. And what this is it takes the outputs of these previous 6 bots and it gives you one output that you're going to use for the entire library of premium bots. The first thing it's going to ask you is upload your Brand Framework Doc, which means everything you've done prior is now in one place where you can go, boom. And it's like saying here's me. And the reason we're doing it this way is, we don't have a SaaS built out where you log in and it remembers who you are and all your stuff, because that would require us keeping your information, which we don't do. So this is for you to have, so you have a little bit of privacy, and you can just basically copy and paste or upload your doc into the premium bots, which we're going to go into, and then you only have to answer a handful of questions, and then you're getting all this amazing stuff done. So this is what these 6 do, and we might add or augment these a little bit, but it's essentially an elevator pitch which is like your, one paragraph. This is what I do for whom, and the problem that we solve, and helps you achieve X, X positive outcome while avoiding blank negative outcome. And then usually a statement of what you're looking for right now. And we're looking to hire 30 software devs in the next 30 days, or we're looking to raise $3 million Series A round in the next 6 months, whatever that is. The brand identity assistant is very complex, and I will click into some of these. It's going to give you your mission statement, your core values, your brand purpose, what distinguishes your brand from other brands. This is an exercise. This is like a holistic emotional exercise in redefining, re-understanding, getting back in touch with your brand and what it actually means. Too many of us, and I'm guilty, we are so close to our businesses that we can't see them objectively. And it's funny that we actually sometimes have a hard time explaining them to other people. The elevator pitch is going to solve that right away. Once you have this elevator pitch down, you can memorize that in a minute. And now every time you're meeting anybody at networking events, family events, wherever you're at, pickleball, whatever you're doing, somebody goes, hey, what do you do? You're going to spit it out like a robot, no pun intended, because you know it now. And you're not going to stumble and go, well, we kind of do this, but we're down. When people hear that, they don't want to be a stakeholder. They don't want to invest because you're not clear on your idea. Brand identity is taking that and then expanding it to 1,000x, right? It's if anyone goes, what do you stand for? What are your values? What's your methodology or philosophy on hiring and training and around your customers? You're going to have all that. Moving on, number 3, super important, brand writing style assistant. Most of you guys, and I can't see if you're going to raise your hands or not, but you can self-identify. If you put, you're in ChatGPT and you're going, write me a blog, write me a 1,000-word blog article on X, and it gives you back to boring nonsense, and you go, oh my God, and it's not SEO optimized, and it doesn't sound like you, and like you wouldn't even read it, and it's not thorough enough. It's because it doesn't know your brand writing style. And yeah, you can try and teach it on the fly and be like, well, we're kind of fun and we're kind of it's not the same as getting like, and this has 500 word. It's going to give you 1,000-word categorized, itemized prompt and 1,000-word writing sample that you can then feed into any LLM and say, write it like this. And you're going to be amazed by the difference in results you get. All this is for free, by the way. All this is for free. Customer avatar generation bot. It's exactly what it sounds like. You're going to answer some questions about your business. It's not going to, and by the way, this is not going to ask you, who do you think your core demographic is? Who do you think? No, that's bullshit. Excuse my French. A bot that asks you to do the work is not a bot. It's basically just a calculator. So this is going to ask you thoughtful questions about your business, about what you're offering, and but it's not going to ask you directly, who do you think your customer is? And it is going to use its own research and reasoning to determine your 3 to 5, and it almost always gives 5 full customer avatars. Each avatar is going to have a name, a nickname, so you remember it. So if you're a gym owner, it might be like Fit Fiona, and that might be one of your, and you can remember like, oh, I got Fit Fiona and I got Busy Brian or whatever it is, and you can kind of remember those. Teach your sales teams, hey, it's, when you're qualifying leads, oh, this is a total Fit Fiona, and now you know how to market the Fit Fiona. It's going to give you all kinds of other information about your avatar, and it's meaty. Like it's not just going to give you the name and what they're into. It's going to give you like 10 or different data points on that person. The next bot, pain point identifier. You're literally going to copy and paste your avatars from the previous bot, paste them in here, and it's going to give you a ranking of pain points for each of your avatars. It's going to rank them. What is the number one thing that is bugging them or driving them crazy, keeping them up at night, that identifies with your product? Okay. And then the last one, which we have such a hard time trying to, coming from a marketing agency, we should be able to brand and name this better. We struggle with it. We used to call it an X factor. And what it is, it's that feature. Let's say you have 12 different features that you can rattle off about your company, brand, service, product, whatever. It's the one that creates the most emotional buying, the one that creates an emotional buying signal in your customer that makes them pull their wallet out of their pocket. And it's usually not what you think it is. Most people think that their best features are the ones, because we're biased, the ones that took us the longest to work on, the ones that cost the most money to develop. And oftentimes it's something very simple that drives an emotional buying response, which, by the way, if everyone knows here, an emotional buying response is worth 1,000 logical buying responses. Logic does not make people buy. Every single purchase is based on emotion. And if you don't believe that, challenge me, name any product, and I'll tell you why there's an emotional reason why people buy it, not a logical one. And then the final one, which we kind of touched on, you're literally going to copy and paste all of your outputs from these 6 bots into this, and it's going to give you one super output that you're going to use in all the premium bots, period. Call your brand framework doc, BFD. And yes, we did that on purpose. And I basically went to ChatGPT and I said, I want something that has the initials BFD, and you guys know what that stands for. And then it gave me 30 variations, and this is one we picked. I'm going to pause here for questions. Yeah. And you guys don't even need to raise your hands, just jump in.
So I got a question on the. God, can you scroll up? I apologize. Oops, there we go.
Not a problem. I just had to see who's talking. All right, hey,
We're talking about the writing style. Is that
Yeah.
is the output is what you would then use to generate a custom GPT or a
the
prompt?
output. The output is what you would use for anything that you want to use it for. It might just be enlightening. It's like having like your palm read or having your fortune told. It's going to give you an output. And you're going to go, oh my God, this is our brand writing style. This is how I want to be perceived. This is how I want people to see us when they read my ads, when they read my blogs, when they see our videos, when they see, and
So it basically is like building out a custom GPT.
You mean the output?
Yeah, you take the output and then you embed that into a custom GPT or part of a project in Claude. Then it
100%. Yeah. You could literally just copy and paste it in ChatGPT and say, hey, write me a this, and then here's my writing style. Paste. 100%. Okay.
Cool.
So here's what they essentially look like, and the UI is going to only improve. Right now, the UI is very limited in what we can do because we're going through an API. But it's basically just fields. So I should probably mention this. If anyone here was expecting a back and forth, we don't have those right now, and that's on purpose. The back and forth is what creates frustration. The back and forth is what creates mediocre results that you then try and modify, and the next thing you know, you're 35 monitors tall of scrolling of nonsense in ChatGPT, and you still don't have a good response. I know a lot of people like the suffering, and you like going back and forth, and it's fun to have that relationship with ChatGPT. This eliminates that. This is show up, fill out your stuff, and this is the longest one, I think. This one's super long because it's super important. Show up, fill out your stuff, click generate, move on. We'll look at just one or two of the other ones, and then I'm going to move on to premium bots. Any other questions about the free bots? Because I do speak like a madman, and I just blow through this stuff. No, we're good. Okay. So here's what a shorter one will look like. And trust me, you guys that are in the beta, we're going to find redundancies and try and make these shorter. But at the same time, if they were too short, you'd go, well, then this doesn't even have any value to me. So we're starting with really getting thoughtful responses in here for these 6 premium ones so that you have a solid foundation. You do this stuff once, you have a rock solid foundation, and the premium bots actually take less time. They're way more complicated as far as what you get out of them, but the inputs are way simpler. All right, we're going to move on to the premium bots. So there's 2 ways to get there. And if you're not part of the beta, then you won't have access, but you can at least see what they are. At the bottom of the screen, you can kind of scroll through this little slider and see what's available. Or on the left sidebar, you can just click on premium bots. And we're keeping a manual tally of how many are there. Right now, there's 14. Last week, there was 6 or 7, and we've added 8 more since Saturday. All right, they are in no particular order: Lead Magnet Brainstormer, a warm lead SMS drip generator for you guys running agencies to local businesses and using high level and HubSpot and Salesforce. A warm email drip. Yes, these are separate bots, and there's good reason why. This one produces a way larger output, which uses way more tokens, and not everybody wants that. So you can just do them. You can do these at the same time, but they are separate. Cold email generator. Mike, why is a cold email different than a warm email? If you're asking that, then you're probably, well, I'll just answer for you. Cold emails are much shorter, much quicker to the point because you do not have a relationship with that person. I don't send cold emails. I don't personally believe in it, but a lot of that's just for my businesses, but a lot of businesses rely on this. And those emails can also be used as LinkedIn messages, although we'll probably create a separate bot that is more targeted for LinkedIn, but it's a similar process. An email subject line generator. This is not what you would use for any of these other email generators. This is for like if you're creating, you wake up one day and you go, you know what, I want to send out a blank to all my contacts, and you go, okay, I need a really good email subject line because I'm only going to send this out once. This will generate 50 email subject lines that are proven to be viral based on what your product is, what your offer is, etc. And then you can pick through those and use which ones you want. I should mention for this warm email and this cold email generator, for each of the emails it will produce in a sequence of drips, and by drips I mean an inbound lead comes in, they get email number 1, and they automatically get email number 2 through 5 in that campaign. Each one will come with 5 variations of subject lines and 3 variations of hooks. So it's not just an email. We think of everything here. For salespeople and those running sales teams, we have a warm phone script generator. Do not sleep on this. This thing is incredible, and it's going to give you 2 separate scripts. It's going to give you one for an appointment setter, and it's going to give you one for the person that's actually conducting the appointment. In modern day sales, that is typically how it's done now. Some of you guys that are independent contractors, if you're an insurance agent, et cetera, you might be setting up your own appointments. You might be like acting as one. You can still use just the second part of this. What a lot of people are doing is using a SDR, sales development rep, and that person will basically say, hey, I'm just going to ask you 5 questions to make sure you're qualified, and I'm going to transfer you to Blake. I'm going to transfer you to Ted. I'm going to transfer you to Jack, and then you guys take over and do the follow-up script. Social media microtopic generator. This is super powerful. I'm going to make some assumptions that you guys kind of understand content marketing, and this basic fundamental principle is that if you create a piece of social media content that is too general, and by that I mean even general at all, you've now shot yourself in the foot and you really can't produce any more content on that subject. If you say, here's the ultimate guide to, the ultimate guide to a pickleball serve, and you create a minute-long Instagram reel or TikTok. Well, if that's the ultimate guide in 60 seconds, where do you go from there? Instead, you could probably create 20 or 30 individual reels on different types of serves and different mistakes and different do's and don'ts around just serving the ball. And now you have 30 days of content on serving the ball. And that's serving the ball is only one part of the entire game. I'll probably use that as a reference for the rest of this. So this is going to help you create 50 micro topics at a clip, and then you can use that to start building out your social media calendar, which is a bot that's going to be developed in the future. Is going to be a 30-day calendar and a 90-day calendar. The next 2 are based on ads, and these are for Facebook, Instagram, and you can even say TikTok ads, but I can only make the title so long. This is going to help you write I think it's 5 ad variations for long form. Long form are the really long ad text you see where it has emoji and lists of features, lists of benefits and bonuses and links and testimonials, and it's almost like a mini blog article. Those are super effective depending on your product. And then short form, which are just 2 or 3 lines. And sometimes that's because the ad is a video, or it speaks for itself, or it's further down the customer journey where it's like, hey, buy, either buy or don't buy. These are super powerful. We've tested all these and they're tremendous. And they're even better now than they were a week ago because of the new models are getting smarter. These next 5 are just incredible. Like I don't even know where to begin with this. The least impressive of which is the YouTube SEO description generator, and even that is super killer. I don't know who in here creates a lot of YouTube videos. I particularly don't, but I'd like to at some point. And we all know that those descriptions have gotten very formatted and very specific with like descriptions, timestamps, all your affiliate links, your links to social. And they take up, like, even if you have a template or a format in your mind or a Google Doc, you still got to like type them every time and just type them out. No longer. Now you're just going to literally paste in your transcript of your video. It's going to give you 5 viral titles for that video. So one, it's going to give you the title for your video for you. Right there, it's already super powerful. And I should probably include that in the title of this. So title, 3 hooks, a description, your timestamps of your chapters. And if you don't know what they are, it's going to tell you that this is how it's broken up. Your affiliate links, your hashtags, your social links, your website, everything just boom, done for you. So if you have a library of like 10, 50, 100 YouTube videos right now, and you know your descriptions are not good, you can use this tool and just go blow through all of them and improve all their descriptions in a weekend, okay? These next 4 are bonkers, and they all do the exact same thing, but they're taking one input and then they're producing it, they're repurposing it in another format. So blog to blog, blog to video, video to blog, video to video. You can take any blog article by URL or just paste in the contents of it, and you can produce a similar blog article of any length. You can take a 500-word blog and turn it into a 2,500-word blog because it will do research and expand that on that for you. And it will be in your brand writing style with links to your internal content, with links to your landing pages. And for the blogs in particular, it's also every step of the way, it's going to recommend what you should look for a visual. So it's like, it might say, hey, for this, you want a picture of a girl and a dog at a pickleball court. And I'm just going to keep on using pickleball because that's what I'm going to go play today. Or it could say, hey, this is where you should have a screen share of demoing the product or whatever it is. It's going to tell you what it wants to see in that blog. Conversely, to produce video, you can take any blog article and produce a YouTube video script or whatever video script of any length, pretty much. And that video script will be in your tone of voice, in your brand voice. It will be as you as a presenter. And it will ask for them to subscribe when you want it to ask them to subscribe, usually right after the introduction. It's going to do viral titles for the video and viral hooks for the video. And then it's also going to tell you and this is insane that it does this now because it didn't do this a month ago. It's going to tell you what should be showing in the video. So that could be a B-roll. You guys in the industry know B-roll is basically just a fancy word for video in the background. That's not, how can you describe it? It's not someone speaking. It's just like something happening in the background that's relevant or unrelevant as far as TikTok goes. Screen shares, demos, of the products, just any kind of visual that the video should have. It's going to tell you what it wants to see. And this is based on, it has access to every video and every metric of every successful thing ever filmed and shot on YouTube. And then the last one, which is mind-blowing, is take any video, and I'm doing these out of order, any video, and you literally paste the transcript and create a similar video in your brand voice, and it will be different enough to where it's not plagiarism, obviously. But let's say there's a video and it's like a top 10, let's say with pickleball, top 10 pickleball paddles of 2024. And you go, oh, that's awesome. I want to do that, but I don't want to go do that research. I'm going to take their video, take their transcript, and I'm going to have it rewrite it in my own voice. And then let's say that you think that there's a paddle that should be higher on the list of that, swap it around, change it, make it your own. It's going to be written in your voice with the visuals that it tells you that it wants to see. It is not going to copy their visuals. It is not going to copy their video entirely. It has specific rules in its code to not plagiarize and to make it different. And these are complete and utter game changers. We're already using them internally, and my mind is blown. Any questions about, that was a lot, guys, but this is the first time I'm going through all these. That's a lot. Does anyone have any burning questions about any of these bots or how to use them or what they look like, anything like that? Just check and see if anyone's still here. Oh, you're all still here. Holy crap.
Yeah, I'm here. I must say I'm confused. I don't know how to use any of this stuff, but it sounds like there's a lot to it. For simple lead generation, like building a sales funnel, where would I start?
Well, define what you mean by a sales funnel.
If I want to run ads on Facebook to try to book appointments to sell a particular insurance product, where would I start?
Need a landing page.
I'm sorry if that's off topic.
It's not completely off topic. So, I mean, I think what you're talking about is more like CRM automations.
Well, I mean, you could do a landing page and then have them interact with a bot. It's up to you. But what I've been building for years is that funnel that takes that you send the email out, or you take it from a advertisement ends in a social media, have them hit a landing page. It tracks all of that. And then you use the bot to then divert them wherever you want them to go next. So you drive that ongoing funnel set. I'm sorry, Michael. I don't mean to.
No, you're fine. No, that's the exact answer. So we personally use a customized version of High Level for all of our internal stuff and for all of our client stuff. And so if you're just looking to automate inbound leads and then like how they're nurtured, set up appointments, all that stuff already exists. You can just get a CRM, have somebody customize it for you, build it out yourself, whatever it is. If you already have that, then what you would be using some of our stuff for would be the sales scripts that your people use once they're on the appointment, for the SMSs and the emails that they get, so that you can be writing fresh stuff all the time. And there's not just one email drip campaign. The way that we have things set up, it's so complex. We have probably 30 different email drip campaigns that all interconnect based on the customer journey. So, the ones that we created for you guys today, I mean, it's just a simple 5 email drip. And typically you're going to use that for inbound leads when they first come into the system to get to know you and to have them do some kind of action, set an appointment. And I should clarify the email and the SMS drip. Let me go back to those real quick. I'll click on one of them. They are also designed to ask you meaning you, what do you want your customer to do in that series of in that campaign? And these do take a second to load. I think it's because of some of the graphics on here, but they load better once I clear my cache. So it's going to ask them, let's see, where is it? What is the main goal? Should they click on a link to buy, click on a link for an appointment, or reply with a word or a phrase? So a lot of you guys in here today, you replied 8. Raise your hand if you replied 8 today to a text message to get the link. That's an automation that we have set up. And could I just send you guys the link in that first text? Yeah, but I want to know who's pressing 8. And I want to know who's pressing 8 so that I can score you guys, so I can know who's likely to become a member of beta and who am I wasting my time and money reaching out to that joined the group and is never going to pay attention again. They joined it and they don't even log into school at all. And then down here, you could put your URL. I don't know why it says HTML. Put your URL for whatever it is that you want them to do or whatever word you want them to say in return. And then what it will do is it's going to create a series of 5 different texts, and it's not going to ask them for everything at the same time. It's very smart. It's going to use reasoning. It says it's going to give them what is it? It's an appointment link for like the first text, and then if you don't respond to that, then the second day it's gonna by the 5th day it's gonna say, hey, reply interested if you still have a pulse, or if not, don't worry about it, kind of thing. So it's gonna walk them through a 5-day sequence. What you were speaking about, and if you're familiar with high level, it's great for the automation that you're thinking of doing. All of the bots we're going to build are to help you use that stuff more effectively. But as far as just building out a bot for you to use in high level, it's already there. It's already within their software. Salesforce Hub, it's already there. You can just go and pay a subscription and build it out, and it already exists.
You're trying to take business away from me, Michael? Come on, sales. Good.
Well, I mean, most people, they don't. I mean, most business owners, they don't want to do it themselves. And even if they try and do it, this, they're gonna. It's not going to be. It's not going to be the greatest. Honestly, if you're an end user business, and unless if you're really interested in getting into the weeds with stuff, hire someone who's done it before with success. And I don't know why you would mess around and try and save a couple bucks when you can just have somebody build it out for you, or just copy and paste it over from an existing template platform and just be like, this works. Like, hey, listen, this is going to work from day one, period. You want to spend 3 months tinkering with it? Go ahead. This is going to work tomorrow.
I'm going to give you an amen on that one, Michael.
Yeah. And I've done it. And, most savvy business people are like, whenever I write the check, I'm always happier than when I try and figure it out on my own. Trying to figure out stuff on my own, I realize is part of my ego. And writing a check is how you turn time into success. So any questions about any of these premium bots, or are we just ready for the offer? Because and let me know if you're not quite convinced, let me know what I can do a better job of explaining, because I am painfully, I think I've had a trouble explaining the value of all this stuff because I'm so excited about it. What do you guys have questions about that will help you understand whether or not you want to join this beta or not? Hit me with them now.
Can you show exactly how this is actually working and how you apply it to what you're doing?
It would take a while because I'd have to go and fill out a bunch of stuff in these, and I'm not prepared to do that today with these premium ones because they just got developed. But what we're going to do later in the week is like a full demo of all of them. You'd have to take my word for it. We've tested all these and they work. They produce like perfect outputs every time. But they do take like 20, like this one takes like 20 minutes to do. And I don't think anyone wants to sit through that today. And if that's holding anybody back, they're like, oh, I want to see you go through one. It's not fun to sit through. We've tested them all. And we're just, these Tuesday meetings show up when they show up on Tuesdays. So we're prepared enough to show you that they all exist today. We've tested them thoroughly before we release them. And now we're relying on you guys to beta test them and test them out the rest of the way and give us some feedback.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm going to roll out what the offer is, and it is only for you guys. And what I'm going to do is, because we're already at the end of the hour, I'm going to leave this up for 15 minutes, but I would suggest doing it now. If you are ready to jump onto the beta, this is the bottom line. Our target for what this membership is going to cost, when there's like, dozens, hundreds of bots in here, is for a business is $297 a month. And that means we're paying for all of the API tokens on the back end. When you guys use this, we're paying. Every time you press generate, we're paying to the platforms for your usage. $297 helps us cover our costs. For the beta that was launched about 2 weeks ago and is already full, we're doing $79, and that price never goes up. It's locked in for life, and all we ask in return is that you use the stuff and that you post your results and your feedback so they can get better and better and better. Things like, hey, brand writing style assistant is too long. Instead of doing X and Y, why don't we get rid of that field? These are things that we want to know so we can make these like less friction to use them. What we're going to do for the offer today is we're going to do $99 because the beta is already full. And that's every week. This is probably going to go up $10 for new people. So next week we'd say, it's $109 a month, whatever. What we're going to do today is I want to keep it at $79 for the next 15 minutes for whoever signs up in the next 15 minutes. And I know a lot of you guys are. And we have not done this before, and it's going to work. It's almost set up. You're going to get a link later on today after you sign up on how to do it. You can add any other colleague or friend, anyone else that you know. They can't be a member of the group, and they can also have their own full premium access to all the bots. So that could be a colleague, it could be someone that works for you, it could be your boss, it could be somebody in another company, it could be your sister, it could be your wife, it could be your friend, your husband, your spouse, whatever. It could be anybody as long as they're not already in the group. And then it's basically a 2-for-1, and for $79. For those of you guys that have already in beta, and I know I see a lot of you in here, we are going to extend this to you too. So you are also going to get a link that you can add anybody else for free. If you've already paid, you can add somebody else for free. Why are we doing this? We need data. We need people to be using these bots. We need feedback. We need to see heavy execution hours so that we can make them better and that they can learn, period. So we're going to, we're extending this beta probably, hopefully for the last time. This will probably take us to about 90 to 100 beta members. And we think that's a significant enough data point that we can actually get good data. You guys are going to get $79 for 2 people, and the price is never going to go up for you guys, period. This is going to go up $10 a month for new people every week. From the moment we have enough bots that we're like, okay, we can charge $150 for this a month, and there's huge value in it, it's just going to keep on going up every week as we release more bots. You guys, it's never going to go up. We're also going to do and we haven't done this before, 14-day money-back guarantee. All we ask over the next 14 days, use the stuff. Use it and provide some feedback. And if you're like, this isn't for me, then we'll just refund you, and then you can stick around if you want to maybe join at a later time. But we'll give you all your money back. The fine print is no, it cannot be anyone that's already in the group. Let me show you what this page looks like. Oh, that was it. No, it cannot be anyone that's already in the group. Yes, it's available to everyone that's already joined the beta. We will get texts and emails out to you later on today. You get a link for your referral. All they have to do is basically sign up for the group, post an introduction, and then they're going to get instant access to premium for free with their own login. And then the code is "Don't Go Alone," and this code will be deleted from the website in probably 15 to 20 minutes after I jump off today. I'm going to put it in the chat. Boom. And that's it. So you'll click get instant access. You'll put in code "Don't Go It Alone." It will knock this down to $97, and then you'll get a text or an email later today with how to add your other person. Listen, it's up to you. You're going to have them Venmo you, every month and split it with them. Fine. If you're going to pay for it and they're an employee of yours, great. Now they have separate access, which means that they don't have to have your login. They can go in and use these bots all they want to their heart's content. And that's the deal with that. Any questions on the offer or anything else? One thing that they will have to do is they will have to, from the time you get the link, there'll be instructions. They've got to sign up for the school group within 24 hours, because otherwise I can't keep track of this stuff for weeks. So I see some of you guys have already done it. Awesome. I see 5 or 6 already came through. Awesome. You guys will get a text tonight. And for everyone else that's still here listening, I'm going to leave it open for 15 or 20 minutes. If you are desperately trying to get in and you cannot figure it out, or you're hitting technical issues, I am going to be glued to my phone probably till 12:30. So something's wrong. It's not working. Credit card's not working. Fraud alert, like website issues, whatever you're driving, message me and I'll give you a special separate code. It won't be the same one though. Okay.